Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaitana wa farrajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil Islam wa lakal hamdu bil Iman wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma ba'd, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma. Allahumma faqqihna fid din. Allahumma faqqihna fid din. Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'an wa amalan mutaqabbalan wa rizqan tayyiba. Allahumma thabbitna indal mauti bila ilaha illallah. Rabbi yassir wa la tuassir wa tammim bil khair. Allahumma ja'al amalana kullahu salihan waj'alhu li wajhika khalisan wa la taj'al li ahadin fihi shay'an. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So, inshallah, by the reason of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are starting a very interesting chapter, which is numbers. And I do not remember that we ever did that topic. So, inshallah, this is fairly new topic for everyone. And it needs a lot of brain juice. So, if you have almonds or your coffee with you, that would be perfect for today. So, numbers. The singular, we say adad. Even in Urdu, we say adad. And the plural gonna be adad. So, numbers in Arabic are fully flexible nouns. So numbers are fully flexible noun. For example, if I say wahidun, wahidun mean one, then wahidan and wahidin, right? Wahidani, wahidaini, wahidaini, right? So it is fully flexible. The nouns being counted, so obviously we need two things. In number, we need a number plus we are counting something, right? So the thing that we are counting, that is going to be called ma'adud. What pattern it is, ma'adud? What siga?
Maf'ul.
Yeah, maf'ul, right? So that things, that thing that is being counted, maf'ul. So that is basically the receiver of the action, right? So counting is done on that thing. So that is ma'adud. So the rules for the adad and ma'adud change after every few numbers. So it's not like same that, okay, we learn, okay, there is going to be adad, there is going to be ma'adud, and that's all. No. After every few numbers, it is going to be a different pattern or different rules to follow. So first of all, we need to memorize at least number 1 to 10 counting. We should know how to count. And the interesting thing is that we count in feminine version. So the way I memorize that chart from 1 to 10 is basically wahidun, ithnani. So these are, I'm taking from muzakkar part, but then they take thalatha, arba'a, khamsa, So this ta is basically turning into ha, right? Sitta, sab'a, thamaniya, tis'a, ashara. So this is how the counting goes. Can someone say that?
واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة عشرة.
So we need to memorize it.
Mm.
Wahidun 1, Ithnani 2, Thalatha 3. So we're gonna memorize the feminine version. Arba'a 4, Khamsa 5, Sitta 6, Sab'a 7, Thamaniya 8, Tis'a 9, and Ashara 10. So this is basically the counting. Okay, moving on. Now we are going to see what rules they follow. So as I said, the number is going to be two parts, right? The number itself plus the madud. So from number 1 and 10, number 1 and 2, they have their own rule. So they are together, they are pair. So number 1 and 2, they are going to follow their own rule. And then number 3 to 10, they are going to follow different rules.
Okay.
So what are the rule number 1 and 2 is going to follow? Basically, two parts of the number. The adad, the number, and then the madud, the thing being counted. So the example gonna be kitabun wahidun. So that is kitab is masculine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say kitabun, whatever I'm counting, the basically madud gonna come first, right? And then adad gonna come. And kitabun wahidun, what kind of construction is it?
صفة موصوف.
Yeah, sifa mawsuf. So basically number 1 and 2 are going to be sifa mawsuf.
Okay.
And if I wanna make it feminine, so let's say sayyaratun I took. So how are we gonna say one car?
سيارة واحدة.
Very good. So sayyaratun wahidatun. So that gonna be the feminine version of it. So we see that the book, what we are going to label kitab over here as madud, right?
Yeah.
And wahidun is the adad. So madud is coming first, adad is coming after, and they are sifa mawsuf fragment, right? And they are, when we say sifa mawsuf, meaning that they are following all 4 properties, right? Status,
Yeah.
number, gender, type, all gonna be the same.
Mm.
That is important to note over here, because that is not going to happen in number 3 to 10. 3 to 10 gonna be different rules. Okay, now let's say I wanna say 2 books. So how are we gonna say it now?
كتابان اثنان.
Very good. Kitabani ithnani, because ithnani is number 2, right? So kitabani ithnani. And if we wanna use feminine madud, then
Tabatani isnatani.
Very good. So sayyaratani isnatani.
اثنتان.
Right? So rafa, right? And all 4 properties gonna match. Okay, now if we wanna say in a nasa version, right? Let me write over here. So we are saying Sayyara Tani, that is our Rafa version. Sayyara Tani, Ifna Tani. Okay, now I bring Inna over here. Now, what would be the version now?
Inna sayyarataini isnataini.
Very good. So Inna Sayyarataini Isnataini. So now both gonna be mansoob, right? Or if I put if I put fi over here,
Fi sayyarataini isnataini.
exactly, right? So it is, that's why we are saying basically number 1 and 2 fully flexible, right? So we can turn them the way we want. So it can have Rafa version, Nasa version, and Jar version. So number 1 and 2 clear to everyone?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so that was number 1 and 2. But for number 3 to 10, what's gonna happen? We're gonna have Adad first, and then Madud gonna come. So Adad is coming first, and Madud is after. So it is the opposite of number 1 and 2. And one more thing. The example I wrote over here, Salasatu Kutubin. So that means 3 books. So now you guys need to tell me how it is different than Kitabun Wahidun. What do you guys notice?
Two is
It is masculine. Masculine.
Single.
Masculine is goes with.
So first thing first, okay? So first you guys notice that this is mudaf ilayhi, right? So it is idafa fragment.
Yeah.
Right? The construction in number 1 and 2 was Mosuf Sifa fragment.
Yeah.
But for number 3 to 10, we're gonna find as idafa fragment. Okay? And then in number 1 and 2, we see that Madud was the first one, and then Adad came, right? But this is opposite. In 3 to 10, what is happening? Adad is coming first, and Madud is coming after, right? So number 1, that it is idafa fragment. Number 2, that Adad comes first.
Okay.
Right? What is the third observation?
It is Madud is single and Majroor.
Which one is singular?
Kutubun.
Adad is
Adad.
Adad.
Not
Adad is Kutub is plural.
Kutubun.
Adad is
a broken plural, right?
We are comparing to number 1 and 2. So in number 1, it was kitabun, singular.
Yeah.
Right? So Madud was singular, but Madud is plural over here. Right?
Yes.
So that is also one observation, that Madud is plural. So Madud is plural. Anything else? Salasatu.
Adad is feminine and Madud is
It's
masculine.
opposite
Exactly.
in gender.
So Salasatu, this ta is telling me that this is feminine. Right? And then Kutubin, even though we say that this is broken plural,
Yeah.
right? And we say that, okay, broken plural is considered as feminine, But this is not how we are going to look at it. We are going to go to the singular version of kitab, so kutubin. So the singular version of kutubin is kitab, right? And kitab is masculine.
Masculine.
Kitab is masculine, right? But over here, if you see, this salasa two is not masculine, it is feminine. So another observation is that adad and madud, they are going to be opposite of each other. If adad is masculine, we're gonna use the madud would be feminine. Yeah. And if the adad is feminine, the madud would be masculine.
Masculine.
But that was not the case in our 1 and 2. They were matching, right? Kitabun wahidatun, sayyaratun wahidatun. They were matching in all 4 properties, right? Even in gender. But the gender is opposite over here. Opposite gender. Other than madud are opposite gender. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to remember that. What's going on? Okay, now someone need to repeat. What are the rules number 1 and 2 is following, and then what happened in number 3 to 10?
So number 1 and 2, they matches in all 4 properties. They follow the sifa mawsuf pattern. And over there, the madud comes first. And in from 3 to 10,
no, we are not. One more thing, Marin.
So the madud comes first.
Yes, and madud is singular.
Okay. Madud is singular.
Madud is singular. That's also important because that is not happening in 3 to 10.
Okay.
Fully
and
flexible as well.
Sorry?
Fully flexible as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it matches in all 4 properties. So.
No. Basically, fully flexible even over here, salasatu, salasata, and salasati, right? It's gonna be fully flexible. So basically, all numbers are going to be fully flexible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it is not taking tanween over here, salasatu. Why? Because it is idafa fragment. And mudaf does not take tanween, right? So that is the reason over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for
so again, again, repeat one more time. So number 1 is 1 and 2.
1 and 2, they follow mawsuf sifa. So that matches in all 4 properties. The madud comes first, and the madud is singular.
Very good. So these 3 things we need to remember about number 1 and 2. Okay, now 3 to 10.
3 to 10. Can I try?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
3 to 10 will be adat first and madud second. And it comes as mudaf ilayhi. And the important thing is madud is opposite in gender as compared to adat, and we have to go to the huwa version for the madud.
Singular version.
Madi.
Singular version.
Singular version. Very
Singular
good.
version. Yeah, singular version.
You are missing one thing.
Madud is plural.
Exactly.
And it is one feminine by, if it is broken plural, but still we have to go to the Madi version. First, singular version, sorry.
Yeah. So we always go to singular version. If singular version was feminine or masculine, we are going to pick our adad accordingly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So now moving on. So singular dual ism is sufficient. When I say kitabun, how do we translate it?
A book.
A book.
One book.
Right? Basically, it is one book, a book.
Yeah.
Right? But why we are bringing wahidun with it at first place? So they say that basically when we are saying kitabun wahidun, this wahidun is coming as a emphasis. Okay? Because kitabun itself means a book. We do not need number for that. But if number is coming, then basically it is coming to emphasize it. One book. And same idea is for isnani. Isnani mean two. Right? But no, sorry, kitabani mean two books. Right? When we say kitabani, it means two books. But if we are bringing isnani with it, that is for emphasis basically. So that we need to note. Then secondly, we will see that, okay, we can say they are going to match, right? So kitabun wahidun, kitaban wahidan, kitabin wahidin, all three version. Same gonna be with the sayyaratun wahidatun, sayyaratan wahidatan, sayyaratin wahidatin, right? And then kitabani isnani, what would be the nasab and jar version?
Kitabani isnatani.
Not bani.
Kitabaini isnaini.
Yeah.
Isnataini.
No, for kitab,
not
is
kitabun. It's
Okay, kitab.
for the kitab we're gonna have masculine version, and masculine version is isnani, not isnataini.
Okay.
Right? Isnataini gonna be for the feminine version. So kitabaini isnaini. And what would be sayyarataini?
isnataini.
Sayyarataini isnataini.
Isnataini.
Isnataini. So we need to remember that. And then some more example over here. Rajulun wahidun, right? One man. Imraatun wahidatun, right? So they are matching in number, gender type. Kitabaini isnaini. Ishtaraitu, I bought. I bought what? Kitabaini isnaini. So this is the nasa version. What is the label for kitabaini isnaini?
Mausuf sifa.
No, it's
Yeah.
tamyiz.
No.
No,
I
It is
bought what?
Kitabain
It is not
isnataini.
a singular word, not nasab.
Okay.
Mudaf.
Hmm.
Mudaf ilayhi. Kitabani isnani.
This is number 1 and 2 is Mawsuf
Yeah,
Sifa.
it's Mausuf
This is
sifa. Yeah.
this is mudaf
It is
ilayhi,
one
yeah.
and
But
two.
my question was
مفعول به أستاذة اشتريت
exactly that was my
maf'ul bih, yeah.
question. I was asking what is the label of it?
Label,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Ishtaraitu, I bought. I bought what? 2 books.
Maf'ulun bihi.
Kitabaini ithnaini, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that is basically mafulun bihi.
Oh, maf'ul bihi. Mhm.
Yeah. Then we say ba'a. Ba'a mean sold. He sold. What did he sold? Sayyarataini isnataini. Right? So what is the label for sayyarataini isnataini here?
Maf'ul bihi.
Maf'ulun
Maf'ul
bihi.
bihi.
Same mafulun bihi. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that is how number 1 and 2 will go. Then some more examples from here. Ladayya. Ladayya mean I have. With me, right? So ladayya baytun wahidun wa sayyaratun wahidatun. I have one house and one car. Then I can say ishtaraitu baytan wahidan wa sayyaratan wahidatan. Right? Sallamtu ala, meaning I greeted on who? Rajulin wahidin. Because of Allah, this is Rajulin wahidin. right? Wa imra'atin wahidatin. So see, they are fully flexible. Then if we are using a feminine version, ladayya baytani ithnani wa sayyaratani ithnataini. Sorry, ithnatani. No, basically this is number 2. That was number 1. Now we are on number 2, right? So ladayya baytani ithnani wa sayyaratani ithnatani. So ithnani is the Rafa version and ithnatani is the Rafa version for sayyaratani. Ishtaraytu baytayni ithnaini, right? So baytayni, again this is Nasa version. Baytayni ithnaini mafulun bihi wa sayyaratayni ithnatayni, right? Then sallamtu ala rajulaini, right? 2 men, ithnaini. So I greeted on 2 men and 2 women. Wa imra'ataini ithnataini, right? So we are seeing that number 1 and 2, they are fully matching in all 4 properties. Okay, over here is said the number is called adad and the noun counted is called madud or tamyiz, but not yet. Tamyiz is gonna start from number 11 to 19. Okay, so number 11 to 19, the madud gonna be tamyiz, but not so far. Okay, then this is the example for number 1 and 2 in Quran Pak. Lan nasbira ala tu'amin wahidin. Right, so this is Bani Israel saying that we are not going to show patience ala ta'amin wahidin on only one food, one kind of food. They are talking about manu salwa, right? So over here, ala ta'amin wahidin. So how we gonna, what is the label for ta'amin wahidin?
This will be
Ism majroor coming as mawsuf sifa.
Exactly. So this is ism majroor coming as mawsuf sifa, right? And they are number 1, right? And lan nasbira. So lan is nafiya, nasibatil mudariya, right? Nasbira is felun mudariya mansubun bilan, we can say, right? And like how what is our proof that this is nasab? The fatha over here is basically right, and the file is nahnu over here. Then ala ta'amin jar majroor, right? Jar majroor mutalik bil fail, which is nasbira, and wahid is sifa li ta'am, right? Majroor. Okay, moving on. So now we're gonna move on to 3 to 10. So now 1 to 10, 1 and 2 is easy, subhanallah, right? So now 3 to 10, and we already discussed that how they're gonna look like. So one more time, the number comes before the madud, one thing. Second thing, that it is gonna be idafa fragment, right? So our the salathu akhawatin, right? So this is number 3 over here. So salathu akhawatin, salathu is our mudaf and akhawatin is the mudaf ilayhi. So basically the number gonna be mudaf and the thing being counted madud will be mudaf ilayhi. And it mudaf ilayhi, the number being counted would be plural, right? Opposite to number 1 and 2 because they used to be singular. And then the gender of adat and madud are going to be opposite of each other. So look at these example. Salasatu ikhwatin. So akhun mean brother and ukhtun means sister, right? The two, the dual version would be akhawani and ukhtani. And now ikhwatun is the plural for more than 3 brothers. So this is the plural of akhun, ikhwatun. And akhawatin is the feminine version, plural. So now salasatu ikhwatin. What do you guys notice here? Ikhwatin is the akhun is masculine.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to singular version of it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So akhun is masculine, but we see that number is not
Feminine.
masculine, it's feminine.
Mm.
So we're gonna say salasatu ikhwatin. Or we can say yeah, if we are using the word kitab over here, kutubin, right? The kitab is masculine, so the number gonna be the feminine version. So salasatu kutubin. And then if we are going to use muannas, so muannas for ukhtun is the plural of is akhawatin, right? So akhawatin is feminine. So the number thalathu will be the supposed to be what? Masculine.
Masculine.
So we're gonna say thalathu akhawatin. 3 sisters. Arba'u akhawatin. Khamsu akhawatin. Sittu akhawatin. Sab'u akhawatin. Thamani akhawatin. Now you see something different over here. Thamani. Right? So what's going on? We will see in next slide. Tis'u akhawatin and then ashru akhawatin. So this is how it will go. We need to pick one word, one madud, right? Masculine and feminine. And then we need to do practice with these numbers. Okay, and you need to write it down because just saying it verbally is not going to help. You need to literally write a few of them down and then it's gonna make sense to you. So arba'atu, if we go to muzakkar side, so thalathatu ikhwatin, arba'atu ikhwatin, khamsatu ikhwatin, sittatu ikhwatin, sab'atu ikhwatin, thamaniyatu ikhwatin, tis'atu ikhwatin, asharatu ikhwatin. Now this is little confusing. You're gonna say, okay, we said that ta marbuta is for the feminine, right? But we say that it is not happening over here. So the plural of akhun is ikhwatin, taking ta marbuta. Yes. How is it so far?
Maybe we'll clear with more practice. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's take the word taliban and talibatan. So ahada, no, this is okay, number 11 and 19. We don't have more example for 3, no. Yeah, no. Okay, inshallah, let's move on to next, and then we will do little practice. I think I put some words so we can practice. So now 11 to 19. Do you think we need to repeat what we learned so far? I think someone, Marian, did last time, so now someone else can repeat them. So what are the rules for 1 and 2? And then what are the rules for 3 to 10? And then we can move to 11 to 19. Quickly. Salma, you want to do it?
Yes, Father.
1 to 10. So,
Who else
so-
want to do it? Sorry, Salma, just wait. Who else want to do it?
Raksha.
Okay, Raksha, you do it, because Salma, I think you did
that is fine. That
a
is
little.
fine.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let her.
The rules for number 1 and 2 are the Maudud comes first and is followed by the other, and it follows the pattern of Sifa Mausuf, which is like matching in all 4 properties of the ism. And it's Maudud is singular in this case. And
Very good. And give me example.
And the example was like
Kitabun.
Kitabun Wahidun was
Well,
the example. So it follows the Mausuf pattern. And we
okay.
had
And give me one example.
and Sayaratun Wahidatun. So
Very
again, the Mausuf pattern. Then from
Very
the number 3 to 10 is like it follows a different pattern. The other comes first, and it is Maudud, followed by the Maudud, and it follows the Muzaf and Muzaf ilay pattern. And it has 4 things in it. It's a Zafa fragment. Then the other is first. Then the Maudud is plural, and the gender is opposite. But the gender, the matching of the gender is to the singular ism, not the plural one.
Perfect. Perfect. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So now moving on to 11 to 19. So now 11 to 19, 11 and 12 gonna have something different. And then 13 to onward, they are going to be something different. So from 11 to 11 and 12. So we're gonna say ahada ashara taliban. So now what do you guys notice? Not 2 words anymore. Rather, we have 3 words, right? Because we are saying 11, and 11 is 1 plus 10.
10. Yeah.
Right? 1 plus 10 is 11. So first we need to say 1. This is one part. You know, 1 and 10s, right? We say this is 1 and this is 10s part. Right?
Yeah.
So ahada is 1 and ashara is the 10 part.
10.
So basically the adat itself gonna be having 2 parts now.
Okay.
Right? And then we need a madud after it. And now madud would be what? Tamyiz.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Right? So now onward, we're gonna have adad itself 2 parts.
Okay.
So ahada ashara taliban. So ahada, if I ask you the gender of ahada, what should be your answer?
Yeah, masculine.
Masculine. Ashara.
Again, masculine.
Taliban.
Masculine and in nasal state.
Masculine, yeah. So all 3 are matching, alhamdulillah. So they are going to match in gender, I should say, right?
Yeah.
Because ahada ashara, that is non-flexible. Ahada ashara, the number 11 and 12, they are non-flexible. They are mabni. So that means their rafa version, nasab version, and jar version gonna be the same. Digest हो गया?
हो रहा है
So ahada ashara taliban, that is the muzakkar example of being madud. Then the muannas would be ihda ashrata talibatan. Now what do you guys notice? Ihda is feminine version of ahada. Ashrata is the feminine version of ashara, and then talibatan is feminine. Right? So again they are matching. Ihda ashrata talibatan. Then we have for number 2, we're gonna say isna ashara taliban. Isnata ashrata talibatan. So basically number 11 and 12, they are going to match in number and in gender.
in gender.
So basically the other is murakkab, compound word, made up of two parts over here. Both parts of the compound word are mabni. So we are talking about these compound word, ahada ashara. Okay, so they are mabni. Ihda ashrata, isnata ashrata. So they are basically together. They are compound word and they are mabni. Exception to this rule are isna and isnata, because they have their nasab and jar version. Can you guys guess what gonna be the nasab and jar version? Isnai and isnatai. So this is their nasab and jar both. Isnai for muzakkar and isnatai for feminine. So adat is part 1, part 2. They're gonna have 2 parts, and then madud gonna be tamyiz over here. So part 1 ahada, part 2 ashara, and then taliban, and they are matching. So all 3 masculine, masculine, masculine. And this is for 11 and 12. Clear? Okay, then what gonna happen in 3 to 19? Again, the part gonna be same, right? The other gonna be 2 parts, and then madud gonna be tamiz. So that is same. But salasata ashara taliban. What do you guys notice here?
Ashara is masculine and salasata is feminine.
Exactly.
So I think it's following the same rule from 3 to 10, that
yeah.
gender is opposite.
Yeah, but opposite of Taliban is, because Taliban is masculine.
Yes.
But this first number, the first part,
okay.
First part gonna be the opposite.
Yes, first part. Okay.
First part is opposite, so this is feminine. But the second part and madud, they are matching. So half part gonna match and half part gonna be the opposite. And basically the first and last. So number 1, part 1 and part 3, if we call this one part 3. So basically they are opposite, and then part 2 and 3, they are same. Right? Mazara? The next one says Thalatha Ashrata Talibatan.
Now the second and third are matching.
Same idea.
Talibatan is matching with, is opposite to Salasa, and Talibatan Ashrata are matching.
Yeah. So this is part 1. This is part 1. This is part 2. They are together. And then we have Tamyiz, which is part 3. Right? And basically we're gonna see first what we are counting, right? So if we are counting feminine, then our first part we're gonna bring masculine.
Masculine, yes.
And the second part and the third part basically gonna be the same gender.
Okay.
Second and third part is just a gender match, or?
Yeah, gender match. And Salasa and Ashara, I think these are Arba Ashara. Let me see if we have. They're gonna same. They're not gonna change. Yeah. So they are called that they are basically acting as a mabni over here, 3 to 19. Because you see example over here, Ja'a came. Who came? Salasata ashara. So it is supposed to be file, right?
Yeah.
File of Ja'a. But it's not salasatu. It is salasata. So this basically it gonna be salasata ashara, this compound. It is set, it is mabni. It is not going to change according to the, like we're gonna say fi mahalli over here, right? Because it's supposed to be, otherwise it's not gonna show. So salasata ashara, basically one version for all rafa nasab and jar. So ja'a salasata ashara taliban. So basically same idea, right? So if we are doing it 1, 2, 3, so what is happening? So Taliban is masculine and Salasata feminine, and but this Ashara is matching with Taliban. Wa arba'a ashrata talibatan. So now talibatan is our feminine, right? So I need to bring my first part of the other masculine. And my second part gonna be same like madud. So arba'a ashrata talibatan. 13 male and 14 female student. Ra'aytu khamsata ashara taliban. So I saw who? Khamsata ashara. So it's supposed to be nasab, right? So it is maf'ulun bihi over here. So we can say, okay, yeah, this is ta, right? But we know that, okay, it's not going to change anyway.
So sir, the Taliban is also going to be the part of Maf'ulun bihi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then we're gonna say that Taliban is the Tamyiz.
Tamyiz, yeah.
Yeah.
So sister, that 1 and 2 are fully flexible, but from 3 to rest of all are mabni, or it is further divided?
We are talking about 11 to 19.
11 to 19.
Yeah, 11 to 19, they are going to be mabni.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, then what's going on over here? So number from 13 to 19, they are murakkab. So murakkab awwal mean the first part. Mabni ala fatha. So 3 to 9. Mabni ala fatha. 3 to, when it is saying 3 to, basically, it is saying basically 13 to 19 it is referring to, right?
Okay.
But they are saying this.
The DJ want to turn the music up. Hey, one by one, even two.
So this is mabni ala fatha, opposite gender of madud, and murakkab thani, the second number, gonna be mabni, again mabni ala fatha, same gender as the thing. And the example we can see over here, salasata ashara kalaman. So kalaman is tamyiz, right? So this is masculine. And for that, we are bringing feminine, first part of the adat. And then ashara, kalaman are same. Salasa ashrata bintan. So salasa ashrata bintan. So bintan is feminine. We are having the first part of our adat, masculine. And then ashrata is matching, ashrata bintan. Khamsata ashara kitaban. Kitaban is masculine. That's why we have khamsata, feminine over here. And then ashara is same, masculine. Mistaratan, which is ruler, feminine. That's why we have khamsa, masculine. And then ashrata is matching. And then you see that sometimes we are saying ashra and sometimes we are saying ashara. Over here, we see asharata. When it was number 10, we were saying asharata, right? So when sheen on the number 10 as a murakkab number, as a singular number, we were saying asharata, but when it is murakkab now, right? This ashara, 19. So when it is murakkab, then we need to see that the masculine version gonna be maftu, meaning it having fatha. The masculine version, this one over here, gonna be having fatha on sheen. And the feminine version gonna have skoon on sheen. So this is also a twist over here. Did I miss anything? Because no.
We have some extra slides.
Yeah.
They're quite a lot.
I think
there were examples too, like for they're separate too. The one is separate.
Yeah, no, okay. I think
and
by accident I just touched it, or that's why. Yeah. So we missed that slide over here. So I was supposed to explain samaniya. You know that over here we say samani akhawatin and samaniyatu ikhwatin. So as I said that when we are memorizing, basically when we say, we use the feminine version, right? So or we can say the feminine version is first and then we remove this ta and make it masculine version. So when we are removing this ta over here, what is left behind? Sama, ni, right? And then we have ya, and this ya is supposed to take tanween. Right? This is how it should be. Samaniyun. But samaniyun, iyun, right? This is not very fluent. It is, if you guys remember, I gave you example from qadiyun. If you remember, right? Qadiyun, qada yaqdi, and then qadi, we say, right? Ism fa'il. Fa'ilun qadiyun, because it is from qadwa. Right? So it's supposed to be qadiyun, fa'ilun, ism fa'il. But we do not say qadiyun. Rather, what do we do? We remove this ya, and since we have removed this ya, to compensate, we gave it one more kasra to make him happy. So now what do we have? Qadin. Right? And this is Rafa version. Rafa and even Jar version, both are same. But when we wanna put fathatain on it, what's gonna happen again? Ya gonna come back. So now it will be qadiyan. So basically same idea over here. So this is samaniyun. We are going to remove this ya over here. And now what is left behind? Samanin. Samanin. And then when we are making it mudaf, because over here it is mudaf ilayhi. So this ya basically gonna come back. And that's why it is samani. And then over here, ashra, this is mufrad, right? Mufrad version of 10. So we say ashra or asharata. So the singular number, the singular version, the seen for masculine gonna be sakin. But when it is, we are saying this ashara, right? I'm making it compound number now. So I'm not gonna say ashra, rather I'm gonna say ashara. So when it is singular, this number 10, when it is singular, then it has a different version. The sheen gonna be with sakin, and the feminine version gonna be with the fatha. But when it is compound, then basically it is opposite. So we need to keep that in mind as well. And I put these words over here, right? So you're gonna do a little practice with them. What else is missing? This one we did, right?
No, sorry,
We didn't. So Ja'a salasatu tullabin. So what number is it? Salasatu. 3, right? So, and then tullabin, the singular version is talibun, right? So we're gonna look at the singular version of his. Since this is masculine, our number 3 would be feminine. So that's why Ja'a salasatu tullabin wa arba'u talibatin. Now talibatin is feminine, but its number is gonna be masculine. Ra'aytu khamsata rijalin. Right? So khamsata, because this is mafulun bihi.
Yeah.
So and then rijalin is rajulun. Right? So rajulun is masculine. And that's why the number is coming as a feminine. Khamsata rijalin wa sitta nisa'in. Sallamtu ala asharati rijalin wa tis'i nisa'in. So basically number 3 to 10, actually even from 1 to 10 I should say, right? So they are fully flexible. So they are showing us all a different version, but then 11 to 19, it's a different story. What time is it?
8,
Oh,
9,
yeah.
33.
We have 1 hour already. Okay. So over here, the example of, so they are saying that when ta is removed from over here for samaniya, same I explained, right? So samaniya, so when we are trying to make it masculine version, we need to remove this ta. And when we remove this ta, then we have samaniyun. Right? And then it's when we just play around, because it is not fluent, it becomes samanin. And that tanween is called tanween what is the term for it? So basically tanween be tafweed. I'm forgetting it. So there is a term for it, like to compensate it, we are giving tanween, and this is how it become samanin over here. But the nasab version would be samaniyan, and when we are making it mudaf, then it will be samani. So 8 girls, samani banatin. And the feminine version would be like when our madud is masculine, so then we need to have the feminine version, and then we can say samaniyata kutubin. And the example in Quran Pak, anta jurani samaniya hijajin. So this is the father-in-law of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. He is saying that jurani, you are going to serve me samaniya hijajin for 8 years. So samaniya hijajin. Example from Quran from 3 to 10. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعَ طَرَائِقَ. Right? So sab'a fawqakum, above you. So we have created, no doubt about it, certainly we created fawqakum, above you, sab'a, 7 taraika, heavens, one over the above. So basically the layering. So now sab'a taraika, what would be the label of it? We made what? We created what? So mafulun bihi, right? Yeah. But the taraika doesn't look like it is mudaf ilayhi. It's not jar, is it? Is it jar?
No.
No?
If it's mabni, then it is.
Do we know anything broken plural?
Yes, singular and feminine.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the basically partly flexible.
Partly flexible, yeah.
Right. So it is nasab and jar version both gonna be with fatha. So that's why it is having fatha. Otherwise, it is mudaf ilayhi.
There is a word written here, niyabata bil kasra. What does it mean? The previous
Like,
slide, yeah.
yeah, it's like it's not going to take kasra. Yeah, it's not going to take kasra li annahu mamnu min as-sarf, because this is partly flexible. ويكي then سخرها عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام. سخرها, so this ha is referring to the winds, right? So this is the scene of punishment on the nation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala imposed. So sakharaha alayhim, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala imposed upon them 7 layalin. What is layalin?
Plural of laylin.
Yeah,
Yes, again.
the
So
singular
this
is
is the
Layla.
maful.
Yeah.
So Layla is the singular, and Layla we see that this is feminine.
Feminine, yeah.
That's why we see that the other is masculine over here. Sab'a layalin, so 7 nights. Wa thamaniyata ayyamin. What is, so ayyam, what is the singular?
Yom.
Yom, masculine.
Yeah. So
And
this is masculine.
samaniyata.
Yeah, and this is feminine. Samaniyata ayamin. And what is this sab'a layalin? What is the label of it?
Mudaf ilayhi.
Mudaf ilayhi, and it's zarf zaman. Layla is zarf zaman. Talks about the time.
Yeah, but yeah, it is basically for how long, right? Or when. So this is, that could be maful fihi, right? Zarf zama, yeah, maful fihi, zarf zama.
Yes.
Right? Because it is referring to time. So 7 nights and 7 days. So this is mafulun fihi, zarf zama. Mansub bil fatha, because sab'a, right? So mansub bil fatha, and this is mutalik bil fail, sakharaha. And layalin is mudaf ilayhi. Wasama and yom, we did that. This is masculine, and the adad is feminine. Okay, I already explained over here. So basically in number 1 and 2, all 3 parts are same. They are matching, right? If madud is masculine, the 2 parts of adad are going to be matched. And if madud is feminine, then the 2 parts are going to match with it. This is number 11 and 12. For number 13 and 19, we're gonna have madud. Okay, the first part gonna be the opposite of it, but the second part and madud, they are going to match. Right, so this is all it is happening in these examples. And then yeah, we did this 11 and 12, right? Yeah, and we did this one as well, 11 and 12. So I think we're gonna finish over here. We're gonna stop here. So you need to absorb whatever we have learned so far. Even you're gonna read through this one. So this is all I already explained, right? So ahada ashara, kitaban, right? So ahada ashara, since this is number 11, all three are matching. And then over here we see fil masjidi, in the masjid, ifna ashara rajulan. So all three are matching, ifna ashara rajulan wa ifnata ashrata sayyidatan, lady, right? So they are matching. And basically it is all explaining what I already did. Ra'aytu ahada ashara kawkaban, Quranic example, when Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam told his father, Ra'aytu, I saw what? Ahada ashara kawkaban, right? So this is basically mafulun bihi. And ahada ashara is number 11, 2 parts, and kawkaban is the tamyiz of it. And since this is number 11, all three are matching, right?
Right.
Then number 12, fan fajarat min husnata ashrata aina. So fan fajarat, gushed out, minhu, from it, ithnata ashrata aina. Now since this is number 12, all three are matching. Ithnata is feminine, ashrata is feminine, and aina is feminine, right? And ainan is tamyiz over here. So this is all 11 to 19 and 13 to 19, right? 13 to 19, same. 13 to 19. So basically you are alayha tisata ashara. So tisa mean 19, ashara, and what is missing? Tisata ashara. Is anything missing?
Tamjiz is mixing. Yes, tamjiz is missing.
Subhanallah, right? So madud is missing over here. But the context is gonna help us out. This is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these kuffar were making fun that only 19 angels on Jahannam. So they were thinking that they can handle them easily, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that they are angel. Do you have any idea what you're talking about? So upon it, this ha is referring to Jahannam. So on it is what? Tis'ata ashara malikan. Malikan. So this malikan is missing, which is the singular of malaika, right? And again, malaika is feminine, right? So tis'ata is basically matching, going with it, and ashara is, no, sorry, malikan, the malaika version, the plural is can be considered because this is broken plural, right? So malikan is going to be considered masculine. So then ashara is matching with it, right? But the tis'ata is the opposite of it. Yeah, then comes our next all tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. They're going to have their own rules, right? So inshallah, that is for our next class. So we can stop here. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim. Wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa dhikril hakim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.